Hi, guys. This is Tamara Caulder Richardson, and welcome to Seeking Heaven, the Near-Death Experience 100th episode. And I just can't even believe that I'm here. It was August 2020 that I was told to do this, and I'm still doing this, and I've dedicated my life to doing this now. It's crazy. Who knew? And so much has happened, and I just wanted to take a moment and thank you for making it all possible, and also want to just have a little chat the past year, what's happened. So first of all, thank you for being here. And this show, the Seeking Heaven, the Near-Death Experience and Other Phenomena channel, was also, I call the Seeking Heaven channel. If you haven't subscribed, let me just tell you now before we begin, subscribe, watch the episodes, like, and make comments. I would really appreciate it. Hey, Laura, how are you? Hey, Susan. Oh, Fiona, thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Abundant blessings to you too. So yes, I am live doing this because I wanted to interact with you all. So thank you for your sweet, sweet messages. And oh, and look at that. It's so nice to see you all here. And you've been such a tremendous support through me all this time, because it hasn't been easy. I've had to learn a lot about technology, about broadcast, about production. Luckily, I had an advertising agency and trained as a not just an evidential psychic medium. I know this, a lot of you guys know me as that, but also as I went to a 4-year university. Just a little bit of background real quick, because you guys, I'm just going to tell you stuff that you don't know, a little bit, a couple secrets, and you've gotten to know me. And Clay usually is on the live chat. He's in a business conference right now, so not sure. So we have to, he's doing banking stuff. He's a manager there, so we're going to let him do his thing. But that's my husband, who has been tremendously helpful. Oh, there he is. He is listening. Okay. Who has been amazingly helpful along the way with, especially the last episode with Ted Winslow, who did the music and gave away a free angelic album, Healing Frequency, and which really amazing. So today I want to cover a couple things. Back to my background. So I have a 4-year degree in East Carolina University in commercial art and marketing. And I am a professional visual designer, copywriter, slogan writer. And that was something that I used 27 years in my own advertising agency, but kind of a little overlap the last 2 years. I was getting a calling from God to come forth. And I was in prayer about 14 years over this. And it was for me to come out as with my abilities, not just, it's knowing, being a psychic, being an intuitive, as well as being a medium, and also my near-death experience. I have, my multiple near-death experiences. That was the last thing that came out. And I was like, no, please don't make me come out. Hey, Shell. Oh, Shell, it's so good to see you. I've missed seeing you. So I'm telling you, you truth seekers today, some personal stuff, because I thought, hey, you deserve it. We've gotten to know each other. So, but yeah, had the advertising agency for 27 years, trained in this way. And then God was calling me into service to use my abilities to help others, and didn't really want to do that. I sure do argue a lot with Jesus. Let me just tell you that. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I did that with my near-death experience, as well as I told him that I didn't want to come out. What eventually happened is I had been talking to spirits since 3. I couldn't help. I didn't really want to, but I could actually see them full body. Now I'm like, please don't let me see them full body. Every now and then I'll get a glimpse because I need to have a normal life. So I went into train 8 years as an evidential psychic medium with, I've trained extensively with Tony Stockwell, as well. I'm certified as an advanced psychic medium through Lisa Williams, who's an international medium. But I've also trained with many others, like Janet Novahack, who was a former nun, and also John Holland and a few others. So I thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to be serious about it. And then I have gotten into the whole spiritual realm, but I've been studying. I don't know if you guys, I never tell you these things. I tell you pieces here and there, but because of my near-death experience I had as a prenatal, and then 3, 4, 5, 10, and later on at 28, one as well. And a lot of it was, trauma growing up. I'm going to be honest. That's a whole different thing. I've got my NDE. You can see it on the channel. But my abilities, I had them very early on: remote viewing, astral traveling, speaking to spirit, talking to Jesus constantly. So these became extremely heightened as I got older, and to the point that I really didn't want to use it, but this was what they wanted me to do. The very thing that I've tried so hard to hide, because it didn't seem very safe to me. So I've done that. I've done stage work as an evidential medium, and some of you are clients. I've read Laura. I've read Fiona. I read Fiona. I won't read my husband, so forget that. I've Lacey Shell. No, well, I read her heart. She's wonderful. And Susan, I have read Sook, but yeah. And so a lot of my clients supported me in this way. I also worked on my branding. I started out as Carolina Ghost Girl. I didn't know better, guys. Okay. It just rang. It just sounded, kicky. I didn't know, but I didn't want to go the dark route. So I changed it to Southern Belle Medium because I wanted something people could remember that would be easy to remember and fun. And since then, I do these stage shows at large city centers and bring families together, and their family and spirit comes through. It's really quite nice. I enjoy that. And I do miss that. That is an awful lot of fun. So now here we are, present time. So a lot of you found me. I think it was maybe Susan, but through the Jesus Speaks. And I was told March 2020, right when this whole stay at home, isolation thing started to do, Jesus told me he wanted me to carry his word. And I told him no twice. It's like, I don't feel comfortable with that. This is not a good idea. And then finally he asked me a third time, which he usually doesn't ask anything of me. I mean, free will, right? But he did. Hold on. So I did that. And I did that from March to July. See, March, April, May, June, July. And my first two, you can see it actually if you go on this channel and, you own this channel, obviously, and go under channels and you'll see Academy of Love. I actually took out the name Christ because I got censored off of Facebook because I was just posting the Jesus Speaks, not even just saying, hey, look here for this topic. And I put a picture. And I was taken off in July. So I went through and took off the name so I wouldn't get kicked off of other, this platform. So that's why that happened. But I did the messages. Someone had said, I even said I have 15. I don't know about that. And it would even come through with scripture. He would say, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. And I'd write it down, look it up. And then later it was exactly what he said. So my first two were live. And I had the first time 75 people on the Zoom. Uncomfortable doing a live channel cry session. But what I found is it was a little distracting for me because I had people that would want to ask questions instead of me just being a channel because I wanted to go in a deeper trance state. And I did it again, and people were asking a lot of personal questions, which really wasn't the time. It was a message for everybody. So I told Jesus I was really put out. They didn't have more respect for him. Just sorry, I'm being honest. And he said, well, he said, you can do it any way you want to do it. He did tell me YouTube. And yeah, Lord, that's Jesus. Oh, thank you. I know it's dear to me. I would love to do more. I'm not doing it because Jesus says not yet. It's not safe. That's what he told me. I'd be taken down off of probably here. So I'm still the same person. Okay. I'm still getting the same messages. It's just on pause for right now. So that's if people want to know about that, because I know Susan mentioned it gave her comfort. It gives me comfort because I look at it. I don't remember saying any of that stuff. I did write it down. So what we did is it was making me very nervous. Like my hair was falling out. This is my summer look. This is called summertime look. This is Tamara's summertime curly look. So, but he said, you can just sit in a quiet place and I'll just tell you. I don't have to wake you up in the middle of the morning. You don't have to do it live. I went, really? He goes, yeah, I don't want it to be difficult on you. I said, okay. So we did those. And matter of fact, somebody wrote something on it about I can't even say the word because it'll be taken off of here, but the thing that you put in the arm these days. And somebody wrote on the thing asking me, I'm like, I don't know anything about that. And apparently Jesus answered that in March about that. I can't say much more. Just go look at it. I think it's Into the Storm. I'm not really sure. I think it's that one. So, yeah, I know. Look, I don't have, I hear you, Susan. I don't have Donald Trump's money or anything to do that. Or whoever else is, what is it? I don't know. There's other people that are suing people. I don't, but I hear you. It would be nice to have free speech. So that is on pause. I already have a new whole image for, it's like an updated, good looking Jesus, modern for the new one coming out, but I just have not been given the word. And he said, not yet. And I said, okay. So he told me in August to do this. And what he said is I was outside in my, I call it an adult kiddie pool. Everyone was staying home. So I ordered a really big above ground pool. And my husband was like, really? And I'm like, I love the thing. He said, this is really nice. I was like, I know. And so I was out there floating around, just kind of meditating. And Jesus told me he wanted me to do this. He told me the name, Seeking Heaven. He told me, not just near-death experiences. He said, I want all religions and I want all mysteries. I want everything. And I said, why? And he said, because I think what I'm looking back now, the reason that Jesus told me that, and he's so cool, guys. He's so down to earth. He's just so supportive of everybody. He's like religion free. But he said that people are coming from different places, not just different religions or no religions, but they're coming from how they find, he said, God, how they find God is different for different people. He said, at least they're in the right direction. And he told me that I need to quit judging. I didn't think I did, but he said that I did. I said, how? And he said that, he started giving me people, and I'm not going to tell you who the people were, but some of them were guests. And they had a lot different views than I did on certain things. And Jesus is totally the best forever. He is awesome. Yes, he is. I could just, don't let me cry. I put my false eyelashes on for you guys tonight to make it celebration. I don't know when the last time I wore these. Anyway, I was so worried I would get them on straight. So, if they fall off, then hey, I tried. So getting back about the Jesus Speaks, he said that judge, and I said, I really didn't think I did. I didn't understand that. So he would bring me people and he would show me what they're doing. And I thought it was very new agey. And I thought, yeah, Team Jesus, absolutely. I'm on that team. I actually have a coffee cup that says that. And so, oh, thank you, Susan. Yeah, I know we don't get to wear glitter and sparkles anymore, do we? I mean, we can, but I have better slippers underneath, but I do have a sequin dress. So anyhow, Jesus mentioned to the judgment. So he gave me someone as a guest, and they were very nice. I can't say who it is, but their viewpoint of how they delivered information was so radically different. And I thought it was very new agey and kind of stupid, like it didn't have any substance. Because to me, I'm like, my opinion is where, the end of the buck is Jesus. I mean, he's the man. I mean, he's a pretty big deal. So I think, for me, he is the Messiah. Just going to say it out loud. That's what's going on. But that doesn't mean I have friends all over the world, all kinds of people. But that's for me, because especially with my NDE and so forth, that's what I feel to be very true for me. So we started talking off the camera, and the person said, well, there's a lot of secret Jesus people. Let me just tell you this, Shell, there's a lot of secret people that will not come out that I've had guests. Oh, you just come out and talk about it. I'd talk about it more if it wasn't such a weird day and time with society. But he said that he did, but he was afraid to talk about that. And he's trying to get people that had a bad experience in church over this way, which is a little bit more mysticism, new agey, church thing. And I went, and I realized he loved Jesus like I did, but he's trying to get those people where I was trying to get the people that were closed-minded, dogmatic type Christians, not you, Shell, of course, none of you watching right now, but, that we're trying to get those people to open up to, look, other planets, other life forms. God did all that. He made all that. Like, don't be so close-minded. You know, they're just because the Bible doesn't cover ghosts and spirits doesn't mean that they're not there. Well, they do actually cover spirits, not just Holy Spirit, but they do, but not ghosts and other anomalies and strange things. So I started seeing that. And then I felt it from the other point of view. He would give me Christians that judged me. I tried to have some well-known, I can't say their names either, 3 in particular, it was 4, but 3 in particular, well-known Christian people to be on my show that had NDEs. But because they saw medium by my name, they wouldn't do it. Oh, these are the behind the scenes stuff, guys. I'm going to be telling you stuff today because you deserve it. You've been with me and I love you and I appreciate it. And that's okay, you know, because, hey, if it's not meant to work out, it's not part of God's plan, I'm cool with that. It's all good. So I would get the guest, I would be told, and in strange ways. I mean, very strange ways. I would get an email. You need to look at that topic. I would be looking at something like vitamins on Amazon and be told to go to the book section to look for something. So every one of my guests, this started happening. So getting back to how this was created, he told me to do this, but he would show me the other side, how other people had a harsh treatment from so-called Christians, right? I got to feel that too. And I'm like, and so he wanted me to experience different things. So he told me this would be all religions, all mysteries. And I asked him, I said, Bigfoot? He goes, him too. I mean, all creatures are big and small are gods, right? Even Bigfoot. So I laughed about that. And I said, okay, I'm still working on the Bigfoot person. I've had a couple people have Bigfoot experiences, but I want someone who does that full time. So I'm really interested in getting quality people, and I really check people out. So this was he told me to be created, including this world and other world mysteries, and then also afterlife communications, because that's telepathy, right? That's how the other side talks to us, telepathy, through our mind, sometimes impressions in our heart, but that's how they speak to us, including channeling. And then, you know, any kind of prophecies, ancient mysteries, legends of like fairies, you know, unicorns, Bigfoot, as well as alien encounter, multiple life forms, past lives, whatever. He said all of it. Okay. So I have been reading on this my whole life. So what I have found, one of the things that I learned is that about everyone I talked to, I knew almost as much as him, because I don't know if it's kind of worthless information, some of this, but I've been studying things since 12. I read all the time. So I was, you know, I never really thought I'd have a use for this, but I really understand my guests and where they're coming from, because I really haven't come across too much. I don't understand. Ted Winslow blew my mind with the binary chords and the gamma and the delta. I learned a lot with him. I wrote like 7 pages of notes, and what a sweet guy. Make sure you get your free Angel album. Go to tedwinslow.com, and it's radio is the code, and try to watch it. He's just such a sweet guy. I learned a lot. So different religions, different types of things. And the purpose, really not to focus on a particular religion, but just have people from different religions and different backgrounds. And so the purpose was to give, and this included me, because we had a compromise. I said, well, this is what I want. And so, you know, I'm an experiencer. I wanted to have other near-death experiencers on. I'm also a multiple. Hey, Adriana, how are you? Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Love to everybody. Thank you so much. So I'm just telling a little bit about the history, my background in advertising, how I was told in August to create this channel and what it would be like. All religions, all backgrounds, mysteries, everything with spirituality and fun. So I said I wanted to have near-death experiencers. I'm also multiple. I don't even talk about those. They're almost as cool as my NDEs. Seriously. I mean, one of them, seeing Jesus, it was July 18, 2018, because it came up on my Kindle the other day. And yeah, thanks for posting that, because you get the free Angel album that's healing. It's amazing. And matter of fact, I'm having a guy come on, Francisco Valentin, that he's a channeler and he's Hispanic, a really classy, nice guy. And he said his son, actually, an angel talked through him after listening to one of those type of music. They're very holy. Anyway, it opens up your consciousness wide open. So it's very relaxing. Ted says you only need 6 minutes a day to just be connected. So So that's cool. You don't have to do it for a long time. So getting back, so I wanted the spiritually transformed people out of body. I've been out of body astral traveling since a kid, mainly because of abuse. I learned early on. Seriously, it wasn't because I wanted to be, different or spectacular or whatever, but I'm actually quite good at it. And most childhood NDErs are. Because they're trying to get away from a bad situation. So, but I wanted this to be for experiencers and truth seekers, people really seeking answers that they would get, that I would be honest, my guests would be honest as much as we can, not that we know everything. And if we had different people talk and discuss things, that it wouldn't just be me, that we would have a dialogue and it would give us an opportunity to think about things. But this would be a safe place to communicate and to share, whether it be a guest or the people watching, that they're part of my soul, my spiritual family. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to create it as well, to have a global spiritual community, which is totally happening. But what I didn't expect, I thought it happened with you guys, but I didn't think it happened with the guests. Do you know who watches most of my shows? A lot of my shows is the speakers, but they'll never make comments. I don't think they want people to know that they're on there. I don't know why. I don't know. But that's funny. But yeah, because I've had quite a few admit that, and I'm like, really? Okay. So they watch as well. I've had many that do say that they do watch this. So going forward, I wanted to. This was my passion. This is something that I didn't even know you could make money at this till the 4th month. Honestly, knock on wood today, I have not made any money. A couple of you have donated, and I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. And I put it toward my streaming, my StreamYard and my services like that. I have done that. So I do appreciate that. And look, let's see what Adriana has to say. I love the Bible. Yeah, exactly. Thank you. It's too big. It's too much. And plus back then, they couldn't understand all this technology in this world we live in and blah, blah, blah. Jesus, I'm getting all sorts of information, guys, just as much as I did with Jesus Speaks. And he told me about the waves. I said, what waves? He goes, well, they can destroy you. I said, what kind of waves are you talking about? He said, in the airwaves. I think he's talking about, I don't know much about it, but this new, the cell phone thing, I can't even say the word because of all this stuff going on. A silent watcher. I'm using a silent watcher. I'm not sure what that is. It sounds very good, though. It's an angel. I don't know. But so anyhow, yeah, I still do get the information. But doing this was a passion of mine. And I didn't realize that people actually, I feel kind of stupid. I didn't really know that people made money from this. Since then, I've talked to a couple of people, and they said they only do this for this. And it's people and not experiencers. They do this for passion. Everyone that does this as an experiencer is very passionate about it. Like Christy Salisbury, I think she just had her 100th episode. But some of those, they are doing it only for the money. That's fine because it's still getting it out there. But I'm just telling you, I did it because of a passion for this topic. Actually, it's kind of an obsession. So I wanted this to be a safe place. And I think all of that has happened. Now, when I first started, I'm also and INS, the International Association of Near-Death Studies. I was a past speaker. I was the founder and the director of my chapter in Charlotte, North Carolina. So I knew people already. So I started with that base because I already knew people that were friends. So I started with that. And you can actually see that down below when you scroll down below my videos. Okay. No chatter. Okay. She's explaining, Shell, what this is. One who doesn't comment. Oh, is that what they're called? Okay. Yeah, because the views are going up like crazy. And I have a program I've been using that I've put it in 33 languages. And so I've got literally all over the world, which is really exciting. I'm getting speakers contact me from all over the world. I'm trying to get a rabbi NDEr from Israel. I've got some cool people coming on. So getting back, I had the INS people that came in first. Cheryl Gottschall from New Zealand was one of the first people that came on. And we talked about NDEs and alien abductions because I had heard there was a commonality. I still don't really see the connection. I'm learning too, right? I don't know, but she was on there. I know Kenneth Ring worked with her. And so I did kind of jump out of an esoteric box right from the beginning. I admit I kind of did. I could have picked something more streamlined. And I figured that everybody figured I would pick, a Jesus person, which, I love when they're own. I hate to show partiality. I hate to do like a cheerleading cheer for Jesus when people that have Jesus NDE experiences come on, but I do secretly. I do, but I do want to be fair and objective. So since then, what's happened, she was the first. We've had near-death experiencers, spiritually transformative experiencers from Nancy that saw angels that come to the door. She asked God a question. Two old people came to the door, answered the question. Angels, she opened it again. They were gone. Okay, that's pretty freaking cool. Angel encounters. We've had that. I've had, let's see, the binary healing beats with Ted Winslow. Those were fascinating. This guy's like a brainiac when it comes to healing music stuff. He puts crystals in his guitars for like healing. I said, you're an angel, right? You're really not human. It's got, there's the other side, the dark side. We're going to keep it positive. They have people here in people. So does God, right? Have angels here in people and not always in people, but just kind of out and about as well. There's different levels and so forth. So we talked about that. Also healing, we've had Rita, we've had Rita Horton, Lawrence Brock, Toltec mystery. That I learned a lot from that one. That was the Palladian guy who he was a Toltec Native American, which is basically like the Mayans. And as we went through it, he was talking about what's going on. We've been through, 2020. It's kind of a bust. I don't know if you know that, but no, that's okay. I'm making it a joke. It was great for me. And it really gave me a break being around people all the time and getting in my car going everywhere. So I don't know. Matter of fact, while we're talking, write in the chat 1 to 3 things that 2020 did that was positive. And I'm not talking about all the junk, okay, or whatever you think it is, right? I'm just talking about for you. It gave me a chance to take back myself and get things done and to do this podcast and to really reflect upon what's important. So I don't know, write down at least one thing 2020, that time period did for you. But doing this I would have never done this. I would have never done this. I would have never thought I have friends all over the globe. Literally, I was today chatting with Fiona from South Africa and Priscilla, who's also from South Africa, who I adore them. They're wonderful people. So who would have thought? So getting back, we've had the Toltec mystery guy. Where I learned there is he explained it from his Toltec, Aztec kind of point of view. He's not Aztec, but that's what it is, Toltec. It's like 5,000 years old. He also talked about the Pleiadians and how that was revealed to him. A guy came into his life. He kept showing up at his speaking engagements and said, we need to talk. He's like, who is this guy? And eventually he agreed to have lunch with him just to get him off his back. And the guy ends up being his mentor. He said he's a Pleiadian. So within 2 weeks, see, I don't tell you these things. We don't have a chance for me to tell you. Within 2 weeks, it was nuts. I had this guy interviewed, Sergio Magnaya, and he was such a lovely person, so kind. Him, who explained what's going on per his nature terms and all that, which was spot on with what's going on now, and also how it's going to end, which seemed pretty good, seemed pretty positive. And then I had Craig Campobasso, who wrote the book, the Intergalactic Species. There's 82 different species. And I bought that on Kindle so I would act educated a little bit talking to him. And I had no idea like that. You too, Shell? Okay. I'm just telling you, I never get to tell you what's going on with me, but there's some crazy stuff happening. I'm telling you that I'd love to do more backstory stuff because you guys, you have no idea all the cool stuff that's going on. Revelation of the mysteries of the world is flowing nonstop. Yeah. Me too. Crazy new levels. I would have never thought. Maybe that's why Jesus said, I just need to have an open mind. I thought it was open, but it's a lot more open these days. I'm just like, who knew? So when I had him on, he explained it, the Pleiadian, I had Craig Campobasso, and I bought his book. I thought I better know. As I'm reading it, I'm starting to get the chills. And at first I thought, whatever, I'll read it. No disrespect to Craig, because I think he's amazing. And then I'm reading it going, oh my gosh, this is channeled. This is real. I don't know how excited I was about that, but it just it kind of forced me like, oh, now I got to look at all this. So when I brought him on, he was very knowledgeable about all of this. And I said, this is channeled, isn't it? He goes, yeah, it totally is. He's channels a certain time of night, every night. And I also, asked him about this and about Pleiadians. He goes, oh yeah, yeah, it's all real. So and Fiona, who's a Pleiadian. So I met her in a week after that, who had a DNA activation. I'm shouting out to Fiona, who's amazing. You can do, she's in South Africa. I had it done here. I was so high. I've had 3 DNA activations. Jesus told me to be open. It's amazing. It's so good. Forget all this meditation stuff. This was good. I did the first one and I was kind of glowing a little bit. I was just blown away seeing all this sacred geometry stuff. The second one, before I did the second one, in a meditation, I saw a Merkaba and it was given to me, and I could actually show the programs afterwards. How do I say this? Those guests that I had on, including Preston Denton, the UFO guy, I've been getting communication from way high level. High level. I don't mess with the low grade aliens, the high level aliens. And so I told him what's been going on. I said, the starship, they're very nice. They show me around. Now I'm having memory of I have done past life on other planets, but now I'm having full memory of lots of things on other planets and my mission here and all that. And he said, that's not a dream. So I'm astral traveling to the Galactic Federation ship, talking to Astar, which, by the way, can you say, oh my God, guys. Yeah, I got channeled a whole book here, back and front, of what it should say. All the 12 chapters, and it's Decoding the Matrix of Life in Simple Spiritual Terms by Jesus and Astar, which apparently the starseeds call Sananda. But what I did learn is Pleiadians and the starseed people, most of them that I've talked to, they're all love and light, except for the Greys and the reptilians. The Greys, they're not people, are they evil or are they not? People say they're here because they kind of blew up their race. They used to look like us. So they're trying to kind of find their way back to look like. It's why there's hybrids now. Okay, look, I'm just telling you what I hear. I'm not saying yes or no, but this is what I hear. And the Gray and the reptilians are basically, like we can shorten it. We call them archons, but demons, and they're here. Okay. So you see all these, things going on with UFOs these days. And yeah, people do shut down the truth. Okay, let me come down here and see what you guys have to say. This is a perfect shot for Tamara. Oh, thank you. Well, who knew? Because who knew all this would come together? This makes me laugh, Adriana. Thank you so much for saying that. But because who would have thought all these would be connected? And I don't know. This is a much bigger world than I ever thought. So they're looking at us. You see all these ship sightings, these UFO ships. They're worried. So in one of my things that I have where I'm talking to Astor, and he's blonde looking, I drew a picture of him. He showed up 2 years ago. He probably was showing up all along, but I just wasn't open to it. After this guest with the Toltec guy, then Craig, then I saw Fiona a week later, and then this other guy, Preston. Within a month, really 2 weeks, I had met like 2 Pleiadians, one that works with one guy that travels to the galactic ship all the time. Yeah, they tell me things in between stuff. It's great. I think it's wonderful. I support everybody. Look, I don't care who's on my show. I try to support them. If they have an NDE with a leprechaun, I may not understand it, but I'm going to support that. I don't want this to be, I want this to be sacred, and especially people's near-death experience stories to be sacred. And I want to honor them. And I don't want to make it sound like yellow journalism, like, man hit by train, woman dies of choking, a woman hangs out with Jesus in heaven. I don't want to be that, because I am a near-death experience. It's very, very sacred. But sometimes looking at these really crazy way out there things like the Pleiadians and the ship, you have to laugh. Because, it's hard to understand all this. It's a lot, including past life experts I've had. I've had Simon Bound, Wendy Rose Williams, and she's done a lot also. And so is he, of his own past life. And I've seen it as well. So we talked about in-between states, how you can have different bodies on different planets. When I did the DNA activation, the second one I was seeing sacred geometry, which Jesus Astor gave me a Merkaba. And I said, a Merkaba is like 2 triangles, kind of like this, there you go. It looks like a star a bit more. And it was rotating. all around. And I was like, what's this for? And he goes, it transforms energy. I said, what do you mean? He said, oh, your thoughts, it transforms into positive energy. Like it manifests things. I said, I'll put it right here in my heart. And I was like, I don't know, I'm so goofy. I don't know why I said that. And so I started seeing Merkabahs after that. After the third one, I had 100 chakras opened up and I saw myself on different planets too. This is not what I thought Jesus said to be more open. So this apparently, this whole searching and truth seeking business is not just limited for you. It's totally happening to me. And it is way bigger than I had anticipated. So you kind of, to me, you remember, you've heard the expression how Jesus says, come to him like a child. But I also think it's truth. If you come to it in a spirit of play, because once we have fear in there, fear just blocks all knowledge. It does. I mean, fear, if someone's chasing with a chainsaw, okay, maybe good reason to be fearful and handle that threat. But most fear is not real. Most fear is you're afraid what people think of you. And we should not think of that. And we shouldn't judge other people. Jesus says, hold a mirror up to yourselves. Whatever you're judging in that person, you're judging in yourself. I was like, ooh. So, because what happens is we judge ourselves too. And that's really, we don't want to do that. We want to go far in life and we don't want to have judgment. So a lot of these topics have happened. I'm learning. I don't know all the answers. And I was going to tell you on the whole Pleiadian thing within 2 weeks, I'm going, oh my God, my head was spinning, but I would kind of laugh like, you're kidding, right? This whole galactic world, whatever. Now I'm having Kathleen Mardine. She's going to be on here, the Betty and Barney case as well. I have a lot of really nice people lined up. Some people very well known, just incredibly nice people. It's opening up a whole new world of possibilities and how, and it makes me look at things differently right now. Why the government's been wanting to hide maybe, all this UFO activity and so forth, and the agreements that were put on board and so forth. So, when you have the exploration of you, it's the greatest journey that you can take. And this really is us, how we perceive this information and what we think about it, and getting rid of old belief systems that don't serve us anymore. Yeah, exactly. Removing the fear. Here's the thing. If you believe in God at all, and I know y'all do. Okay. You got to know he loves us so much. Has a he, she. Okay. It's just, there's no words. Loves us so much that this is not about fear. Fear is something else. But when you look at things, sometimes our belief systems, mine too, everybody, if you're human, you've got it. You don't think you do. And if you're not religious, you still have a religious mom or grandmother that you hear in the back of your mind, and it's still there. But to remove that allows you to go forward. Seriously, that portalofacademy.com, Fiona, if you ever want one of those, she's a lovely person. That really made a difference. She's going to be on here in the fall to explain more about this stuff. But yeah, fear is a learned thing. It's true, because we're told that's wrong, that's right, whatever. And some of the stuff we talk about in the show is very positive. There are different things like the past life, in between lives on different planets. This is not something you should talk to with everybody. Okay. You're going to weird them out. So be careful about that. Yeah. Soul realignment, Akashic records. I mean, I go to the Akashic records all the time, and my readings aren't even normal medium readings anymore. I don't even know what to do with that. I have a reading in 30 minutes and we'll probably go to the Akashic records. This is because that's where I live now. I mean, I've been doing that for some time because the channeling's, at a higher level, but we have access to all this, but it's the fear they're allowing us to get there, because it is higher levels that you go to, and everybody travels at night. And if anyone wants me to go see them at night, just let me know. Yeah, Mother, Father, God. Yeah, because what do we call it? Source. I call it the one. I will come visit you at night. When I show up, I'm just going to tell you, I look better than this, and I'm a little taller and glowy, and I look like an angel. I do. I show up. People tell me all the time. My facial lady told me that. I said, what did I say? She goes, yeah, I look like you. I said, do I look better? She goes, well, I don't want to say that. I look better, right? And then she said, what was so funny? She said, it was something dark in here, and it was like in her dream state, right? And astral traveling, and and it was scaring her. And I said, have no fear in God, because he is sovereign, and his love what is it? Incinerates all things that are dark. Be bold in the Lord, or something. I said, that sounds like something I'd say. I'm sure that was me. So, but we can astral travel at night. Many times we want to speak to someone, we can't. So we'll do it at night. You know what? This is truth right here, Michelle. This is total truth. My God, you're intuitive too. Let me tell you why. Just yesterday, I got so disheartened seeing how people say terrible things. Usually I'm watching other people. I don't engage. I'm not on, if you notice, like on other like social media, I'm not on there long because I don't want to engage too much, because people, then you get, a bunch of, men on there saying stuff, and then crazy people. I just do my thing, post stuff, and get off. But they'll say horrible things to one another. And I'm like, this is another human being you're talking to. The whole wait 10 seconds and before you speak. People need to do that. They need to use wisdom before they speak, because Jesus told me in heaven, when we speak, it brings forth manifestation and truth. So you want to speak life to people. You don't want to speak hatred. I mean, yeah, and so this guy's Toltec, he's way out there. He does a meditation where the snakes go through your blood. God bless him. I'm not doing that. I don't want any snakes in my blood, but that's his, more shamanistic thing. I really liked him. I learned a lot from him. Am I going to turn into a shaman? Probably not. You see what I'm saying? We could be more open. We could still learn. There was still truth that I learned, out of that. I have a good book on that. Okay, you have to share that with us. Yeah, we create our worlds, and we're doing it right now. There's a lot going on, and I will tell you something else that's going on in the background. Because I'm talking to speakers, I now have speakers will contact me personally and let me know, hey, I got a friend, but they like tell me the scoop, like they're good at this or what have you. I've gotten in with some wonderful people like Fiona, Priscilla, Leo Bonomo, and in the UK, Laura like Leo's accent. Leo's like a real guy's guy. And so, Sylvia Brown. Yeah, she does. God bless her. Rest her soul. I hate that her career went kapooey, because I think she said somebody about them dying, and she said they're in the water when they weren't, or I don't know. And that just ruined her whole career. It's a bit sad, because she did have a lot of knowledge, especially in her books. And her books aren't cheap. She's been dead for some time. She's transitioned for some time. She's not dead. And they're still quite expensive, but they're pretty good. So getting back, I have myself learned a lot, and now a global community of light workers that we share what's going on. And there's a lot what's happening. What I've noticed, there's a lot of light workers. And if you're watching this, light worker, I want you to hear this. It may not be you, maybe your friend, that are starting to have heart problems. So all of a sudden, mysteriously have heart issues. Okay. And I'm noticing this all over the world. And I'm like, what the heck is going on? And this is what I think. It's because so many light workers are so used to giving those. I mean, I give even in my sleep. I'll be getting ready before we eat dinner. My husband's like, what are you doing? I'm talking someone out of suicide. I'm always doing something. But the thing is, they're so open. They're working with their heart center, right? So that's exposed. So you have to make sure you ground, put your white bubble up, ground, have your angels around, go out in nature, literally visualize beautiful white roses if you want to, rose without the thorns, going up your legs, to really be grounded and what's going on, because I think they're just so open that they are picking up all their drain. Number one, number two, they're picking up all this weird chaotic energy out here. There's some people out here, not that it's a big shockaroo, that want us to be in suffering and us to be in pain and want us to be in fear. And I choose love. I need to say that. I won't have a gravestone. Oh no, I'm gonna be ashes. I'm gonna be burned. I'm gonna be gone, y'all. I'm gonna be so gone. I'm gonna be fresh meat. I'm gonna be out of here. But love, I chose love, and I choose love, and I don't choose that. And she did. Yeah, she did. Sylvia Brown did. She certainly did. Laura, that's a very good point. She did. I actually just read that in her book. So what's interesting is there's a synchronicity. Yeah, all this stuff you don't realize it, but turning on the news or doing this and that. And I'll tell you this, Shell, I don't know if you're still here. I'll tell something that you might be interested in. Not that everybody else might be interested in it too. But I was watching this David Eck. I don't know, Laura, if you've heard of him, the David Eck, or it's Ecke. I don't know how you pronounce it. But Gaiam, the series, that is good. And also the other one, there's, what's the name of it? Intimidation. Yeah. On Gaiam, that's very good. And that will blow your mind. Okay, good. Thanks. Okay. So let me say this to both of y'all. I want to say something. Yeah, exactly. When you're around people that are lower vibration, and I know all of y'all know what I'm talking about. You have to present yourself around I put a white golden light, and then I visualize angels everywhere. And I have meditations that I show how to do that. That 8 ways to open your consciousness, I totally show how to do that, because you got to make sure you're protected. But yeah, you have to. And I learned that early on with being around some, child abuse stuff. I had to learn that. And, it's something you still have to keep learning and working on. Okay. So the David Icke thing is amazing on Gaiam. And then Shell. All right. Here's the deal. I finished. I have been I worked really hard on this channel, like 75, 83 hours, like a crazy person. I've cut back some for the summer because I don't want to die. I'm serious. Like, I literally one time 3 weeks did not walk outside. That's how much I'm passionate about this. And I really haven't made any money yet, but Jesus got it all worked out. What I do, I put it on the channel when people donate, and I appreciate that. So feel free to donate. I do use it, but I do this because I'm very, very passionate. So anyway, so I have a night off. My husband has to go to bed early for his work. I had Shell, this is for you, and I don't talk about this much, but I'm just going to say very little, okay? Because I don't want to freak people out too much. And you guys know where I'm coming from. I'm all about the Jesus. That's where, I love him. All right. So I'm relaxed. And I'm kind of, I watched a couple episodes. They're like 30 minutes each, 20, 30 minutes each. And I watched 2, and Clay goes to sleep. I start going to sleep on the sofa next to my dog. And I was like, well, that's okay, And so then I wake up, I'll watch a few minutes and go back to sleep. I realized the sun was coming up. I had fallen asleep on the sofa. So I said, oh my God, I better get up. I get up, and through the TV, it spins to the next episode. I said, oh, I'll let it do that and pause it, so I'll watch it the next day. It was really good. It talked about, you might want to call it conspiracy theory stuff, but this guy's been doing it 40 years. And it's basically the same conclusion I've come to, even though it does sound crazy. Okay. In my mind, how in your mind, you don't tell people stuff, but you're thinking it, but you don't say it. And I'm thinking, that's what I'm thinking, what he just said. So at the end, I'm getting ready to queue up, turn it off. And what happens when it comes on, he's talking, but nothing's coming out. Like, you can see his lips move, but nothing's coming out. And there was this really dark, garbly. It was the worst thing you've ever heard. It was the worst. It was I'm just going to use the word, it was demonic. Okay. And it came out and it said, there is no life. There's no hope, blah, blah, blah. It said my name. It was loud. And I couldn't comprehend it at first. And I have a 70-inch TV, and it was pretty loud with the sound system. And it was the worst, awful, unhuman. I cut it off immediately. And I said, in the name of Jesus, I plead the blood of Jesus, blah, 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 blah. And you know what it is? It's because we're closer to that realm being on earth. And anytime that you're on the right path, you're going to get something like that. I know. Isn't that weird? But you know what? That threw me off because it was in my home and safe and all that. But I blessed that TV with holy oil. I did, frankincense and myrrh. And, banished out in the name of Jesus, but had St. Michael come. But that's what I'm saying. If you're doing something right, that's also part of it. So I check out all the things that when my friends have illness, I look at everything it is, and then I look, could it be something else? And I'm forever praying for people. I don't know about you guys, but what is it? Serpentine race speaks back. Oh, that's disgusting. Well, it was I don't even want to do it, but it was very what you think it would be. And it was just not, I don't even want to repeat it. But when I heard my name, and it wasn't even Tamara, it was my little girl name, Tammy, I was like, oh. And so, I just brought Jesus right in on that. But what I'm saying is that's innocent, right? You could be, at someone's house. So you always have to be willing. We are, a good against evil. We want to be a light worker or a light warrior, but we want to stay in the love format, and we never want fear to get us down. Even with that, I said, I refuse that. Yeah, it creeped me out for a minute, and we blessed the crap out of this day. Did everything. But yeah, I'm just saying that, guys, you're going to get setbacks. Keep your focus to love and light. And then I also want to tell you, yeah, it was. And, why to intimidate and get us off our path? Ain't going to happen. I said, Jesus, send me more angels. It's not going to happen. So who is coming up that I've got already? I got some really good stuff. Well, first of all, I said Francisco, who's a channeler. And that happened after his NDE. And he's so sweet. And he's kind of new to this whole world. And he's a really nice guy. And so he's originally from Puerto Rico and then moved to the U.S. Again, I've got some real big name UFO people. I got some big name starseed channelers, but they're well known. They're credible. I want to make sure that I don't have a nut bag on here. Okay. And if they are, I won't air it. But no, I mean, I want someone that's credible, that's been doing it, that I also use my discernment and so forth. We're also having a famous mermaid, fairy, and unicorn lady coming on. Oh, yes, we've become friends. So that's a trip. So I'm excited about that, because what is that all about? Why are people so interested in that now? Is that from another time period like Harry Potter? I mean, what's that all about? So she's got several books out. And it also keeps it a little bit lighter. Also having some famous NDE and UFO researchers, including out-of-body researchers, and I would call them spiritual explorers. We're also explorers. We're also going to be looking at new energy healing systems that incorporates color, therapy, sound, and also some smells, very high-powered essential oils. So I'm following where God has taken me on this, but this thing is just not near-death experience. That's just one phenomena. But I will tell you that the near-death experiencers that go to the higher light, that get this, that see the Jesus, their family, they go in the heaven realm, the paradise realm, not the ones that just hang out in the hospital, or whatever, or have a hellish experience. Not to judge, I'm just saying, but the higher level ones, the ones that go to the light and meet the divine or that kind of thing, almost all of them have constant spiritually transformative experiences. And I have so many cool ones. I don't even tell y'all, like feathers opening out of the sky. And I had like thousands of feathers coming down on a highway for 2 minutes with me. They were like huge too. They were like big white feathers. And it was a conversation I had with Jesus beforehand. I have them all the time. So these are things that people, oh, hey, Donna, I've missed seeing you. There's Donna. Yeah, her thing was fantastic. She's such a humanitarian, and she is such a light worker. And you got to make sure your energy too, because she's always working, helping people. So hopefully your house closed and everything as well. So thanks for being here. And then Laura, Starseed. You've not heard of that? I haven't heard of that 2 months ago. I had no clue what that was. Now I think I am one. So, we got to have a spirit of play. Thanks so much for that. Yeah, I know 100 episodes, crazy, right? I got to be on your show. Donna has an amazing show. I want you to see her episode. She's got two, one on animals. She was a guide dog trainer with her dog Sadie, who she misses still. It's a wonderful, incredible dog who's a healer. And then also the conversation of her life, all the things that she's done. And then she's also got her own podcast, which all that's listed below that you can see that's under her episode. She's amazing. But yeah, I didn't know all this stuff before. Yeah, smudge. Yeah, I don't do smudge now. No, I go high level. I do holy water. I do frankincense and myrrh, sea salt, and holy water. Where is it? It's a mixture that I created. I did this. There's mine. I don't know if you can see it. It's an old nasty bottle because this is my bottle, but I sell this when I do events, but because people ask for it so much. And I also put spikenard in it. Spikenard, guys, is good. Spikenard was the one that was used, Mary Magdalene washed Jesus' feet and washed his feet in the bowl. Spikenard was put in it. And also it was used on the cross, they said, for healing. But only time they seen spikenard in the Bible was those 2 times. So I figured demons would hate that. So I put that in there. And then that's some Jesus oil right there, spikenard. And then also another one that's good I have in here, and this is blessed. I'm also an ordained Christian minister. I'm so eclectic, is hyssop. Hyssop and Ecclesian said demons are repelled by the smell. The first time I tested it, I didn't mean to test it. When I sprayed it, and someone manifested. It was in public. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. That's why I said keep it straight in your own God, and you're cool. Just that's all that is. And so, oh, good. Closing tomorrow. I wanted to pray for that. Your everything goes very well. Oh, and Clay says hello too. She was a fantastic guest and a friend. Now, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, I just trust her so much. I mean, and I just feel so blessed with people like Donna and Candace and oh my gosh, all the incredible people that I have met. Yeah, holy salt. That's right. Yeah, I put the sea salt water, blessed water, and a little bit of holy water, and you can put you can put a little bit of what's the word? Some people put what is it? The grass stuff, sweet grass. Some people do that. It smells good. It doesn't hurt. And then I put sandalwood in there just because I like the smell. There's also things in the Bible about sandalwood, but I like the smell of it. And then frankincense and myrrh, I put that as well. And this is blessed. And I use that, and it really does the job. So, but look, I wanted to wrap up and let you know that we're going to have a lot more, like Donna, really cool people. And I'm told who's in the mix. And let me tell you why I think that's why. It's not that some people are better than other people, although, Donna ranks pretty high, but I don't think that's it. I think what it is there's a message that God wants to get across. So, us humans are slow. So it may take us 3 times. So it took me 3 times the Pleiadian thing to go, okay, now what is this? What? All right. So what I think is going on is they'll give me people that can push a similar topic or theme, and maybe someone that wants to be on the show. It's just not a good fit right then. The other thing is if it's something negative, like someone went to hell and they didn't really learn anything from that in their NDE and they were like, oh, I just made it up, or I don't know. I mean, I just don't want anything negative, because I actually went to one of those at a INES conference, the International Association of Near-Death Studies conference. And, God bless the person, but it actually affected me. It was so upsetting. I could not stop crying for like 2 days. It was so disturbing. So I don't want to be that person. I want to be able to have something positive for everybody. So that's what I want to keep doing with this. Well, look, I appreciate everything. I appreciate y'all being here and being a support. And keep watching. Tell your friends. Subscribe if you haven't, and make comments. And also let me know if you want to be a guest, or if you know someone who would make a good guest, or have a topic you really want to hear that no one's covering. I'm not saying I'll do it, but I'm pretty open. I mean, if it, I'll look into it. I mean, I will totally take everyone's suggestion seriously. Just write me at info@seekingheavenshow.com. And that's info@seekingheavenshow.com, which is on here on the channel. You can see it. And just let me know, and I will consider all that, because I want to make sure that if you're not getting something, that you get it here. I mean, I know you can't be all things to all people, but I would definitely, consider that if there's something that you want to see that you haven't seen or like to see more of. And consider the membership perks as well, because I have them from $2.99 to $12.99. I think the $24.99. It goes from $2.99 to $24.99, and the $24.99, you get me 90 minutes a month doing spiritual stuff for you. So what a deal, right? For $4.50 an hour for that. What a deal. What a bargain. So thank you all so much. My heart goes out to you. You're the one. This is your channel. You're the one who made this possible. And I just thank you for supporting me. This has not been easy. This has been hard. I mean, thank you, Clay. I need to thank Clay, because I've worked, I don't want to cry, but I have worked such long hours, 12, 15-hour days, because he's kept up with it. And I have put us on the back burner. So just to let you know, my anniversary is in 2 weeks. Clay's birthday's next week. We will be going on a little trip in August just to get away, because I really it's important you nourish the people that you love and that support you. And I need to do that. So I thank you, Clay, for your sacrifice and not spending time with me. Oh, don't make me cry. He's an angel, guys. I'm telling you, Jesus brought him to me. He's so good to me. He cooks dinner almost every night and helps me in so many ways. I don't even want to cry. I'm very grateful. So lots to celebrate. I know his birthday and that. Yeah, absolutely. And you're home. So thank you, guys. Much love to you. And oh yeah, happy birthday to Clay. I know. I know. Thanks a lot. And our anniversary. Oh, yeah. My rewards are on their side. You know what? I told Jesus I want a disco party on the other side. I wanted Donna Summer, the Bee Gees. I told him I want to dance with them. And he said, he winked at me and he says, I can arrange that. So you're all invited when that happens because, you know, we're not here forever. So when that time comes, we'll all have fun and dance together and we won't have to worry about, thank you so much, Adriana. And we won't have to worry about the mean people in the world and the naysayers. And we can just love each other the way we're meant to. What does Jesus say? Be the love you were created to be. We're trying hard to do that here. We can definitely do it there, and we can do it, and we can also be in the presence of the divine and be constantly joyful. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know it'll be won't that be grand? And he's serious. He's totally doing this for me. Oh yeah, I already told him who I wanted there, Rick James. That's gonna happen. Oh, little sis. All right, bye, big sis. I love you guys so much. And keep supporting the channel by watching, telling your friends. And if you can donate, you know, one time or a monthly membership thing, everything helps. God bless you. I'm going to keep giving you even better quality, even bigger names, even cooler stuff. I have got surprises for you, and it's all free. How cool is that? God bless you and much love.